If you are somewhere between 60 and 63 years old today, there is a door open in front of you worth $11,250 a year. And on the day you turn 64, that door closes, and it does not open again. Most people walk right past it because almost nobody tells them it is there. The IRS does not send a letter. Your employer does not announce it. It just quietly disappears on your birthday. And that door is only one of 6 money moves in the years right before you retire, the years that quietly decide how the next 20 turn out. Get these 6 right, and you lock in tens of thousands you would have lost. Get them wrong, and some of them cannot be undone once you have retired. So let me walk you through all 6, fast, with the real 2026 numbers. And the second one is the one that stings the most. I am Hank, and on this channel I help you keep more of the money you worked for. Let's get into it. Here is what you have to understand about the years right before you retire. That window is the last time in your life when almost every financial lever is still in your hands. What you put in, what you convert, how your accounts are set up, the timing of all of it. Once you actually retire, most of these moves get harder, and a few disappear completely. And here is the problem. Almost every video on this just tells you to avoid mistakes and plan ahead. That does not help anybody. So I will do the opposite and hand you the exact numbers, the deadlines, and the moves themselves. No fluff. Move 1. The $11,250 door from the title, and it is the simplest of the 6. In 2026, anyone with a 401k can set aside $24,500 of their own money. If you are 50 or older, you get a catch-up on top, an extra $8,000, which brings you to $32,500. But here is the part almost nobody knows. If you are 60, 61, 62, or 63, you get a bigger catch-up. They call it the super catch-up. Instead of $8,000, you can add $11,250. That brings your total to $35,750 in a single year. And here is the catch that makes this urgent. That super catch-up only exists for those 4 years, 60, 61, 62, 63. At 64, you drop straight back to the regular $8,000. So if you are in that window right now, these are the highest contribution years you will ever get, and they are running out. 2 honest catches those other videos leave out. 1, this is plan optional. The plan itself actually has to offer it, so check. And 2, this one is brand new for 2026. If you earned more than $150,000 last year, your catch-up has to go into a Roth account. And if your plan does not offer a Roth option, you might not be able to make the catch-up at all. That is going to blindside a lot of people this year. Move 2, and this is the one that stings because the window is wide open today and slams shut the moment you retire and turn on your income. The years right before you retire are very likely your lowest income years left. Your paycheck is about to stop, you have not switched on Social Security yet, and the forced withdrawals do not begin until 73. That gap is a low-tax valley. In that valley, you can take money out of your traditional 401k or IRA, move it into a Roth, and pay the tax now at a low rate instead of a high rate later. Done right, that can save you tens of thousands across your retirement and hand a much cleaner picture to your spouse. But there is a trap, and it is a brutal one. It is called IRMAA. Medicare looks at your tax return from 2 years ago to set your premium. So a big Roth conversion this year can spike your Medicare premiums 2 years down the road, and people get blindsided by it. The move is not convert everything. The move is convert the right amount to stay under the line. Precision matters here. And if those first 2 moves alone opened your eyes, do 2 quick things for me. Hit subscribe and tap the bell. These numbers and deadlines change every single year, and nobody from the IRS or your employer is going to call and remind you. 4 moves to go, and the next one is a mistake people make by accident. Move 3, and this one is a mistake people make by doing the right thing at the wrong time. A lot of people, as soon as they walk away from a job, roll their old 401k straight into an IRA. Usually that is fine. But there is a rule called the Rule of 55. If you leave your company in or after the year you turn 55, You are allowed to pull money out of that workplace 401k with no early withdrawal penalty, but the second you roll it into an IRA, you usually lose that. And now you are locked out of penalty-free money until 59 and a half. So if there is any chance you will need that cash in the gap years before 60, learn this rule before you move anything. Once you have rolled it over, you cannot easily undo it. Move 4, and this one takes 20 minutes, costs you nothing, and people skip it for decades. The beneficiary form on your retirement accounts beats your will. Whatever name is on that 401k or IRA beneficiary line is who gets the money. It does not matter what your will says. So there are people walking around right now with a beneficiary form from 1998 that still names an ex-spouse, or one that was never updated after a death in the family. Your will does not override it. The form wins. Before you retire, pull up every account, you and your spouse both, and check every single beneficiary line. 20 minutes. It can save your family a real legal nightmare. Move 5. And this one is only for you if you plan to retire before 65. Medicare does not start until 65. So if you walk away at 63 or 64, you have a gap with no Medicare, and coverage in that gap gets expensive if you are not ready for it. Your options are COBRA from your old job, a marketplace plan under the Affordable Care Act, or getting on your spouse's plan. And here is where it ties back to Move 2. If you do a big Roth conversion in those bridge years, you raise your income, and that can wipe out the Affordable Care Act subsidies you were counting on. And as the rules stand for 2026, there is a hard income line, and going even a little over it can cost you the whole subsidy, not just a piece of it. So the healthcare bridge and the Roth conversion have to be planned together, never separately. Move 6, and this is the clock you want to see coming. The forced withdrawal clock. Starting at age 73, the IRS makes you take money out of your traditional retirement accounts, whether you need it or not. They are called required minimum distributions. Miss one, and the penalty is steep, up to 25% of what you should have taken, though it drops to 10% if you fix it quickly. Here is why it belongs on a pre-retirement checklist. If you have a large traditional 401k or IRA, those forced withdrawals at 73 can shove you into a higher tax bracket and a higher Medicare tier than you ever planned for. That is the whole reason the Roth conversions back in Move 2 matter so much. You are shrinking that future forced withdrawal before it becomes a problem you can no longer get ahead of. Know your projected number now, not at 73. So here is the checklist. All 6 on one screen. Screenshot this and keep it. 1. The super catch-up that vanishes at 64. 2. The Roth window that closes when you retire. 3. The rule of 55 you can accidentally throw away. 4. The beneficiary form that beats your will. 5. The healthcare bridge before Medicare. And 6. The forced withdrawal clock at 73. Every one of these is a lever you still control in the years before you retire, and lose or weaken the moment you do. That is why this window is the one to get right. But these are the general rules in the 2026 numbers. Your own situation depends on your income, your plan, your age, and your accounts, so confirm your own numbers before you make any of these moves. And if it is a large one, like a Roth conversion, run it past a tax professional first. This is the kind of decision you only get one shot at. And if this handed you even one move you did not know about, do one thing for me. Send it to someone who is a few years out from retiring. A friend, a coworker, a brother or sister sitting right in that window who has no idea these doors are about to close. One share could be worth thousands to them, and it costs you nothing. And here is where this goes next. Everything we just covered is about the years before you retire. But once you are retired, there is a separate Social Security mistake that quietly costs people real money, and most never catch it. I break that one down right here. Watch it next. I am Hank. Take care of your money, and I will see you in the next one.